Deficit versus surplus of the caloric kind. This is the basics to gaining weight and what all of us want to do out there, at least if we're American, is to lose weight. We're talking about that today, huh?
This is my jam right here. I keep bringing up the jam. This is it. This is what it's all about. I'm telling you right now.
And remember, if you have the itch, the desire to create an e-learning program or online course in 90 days or less, to teach like Robbie is teaching today, we have a program for you. It is free. It's linked right below this video, and we're gonna help you save $10,000 in the process. Go check it out. But let's drop some knowledge on them first. What do you think, Robbie?
I love it. Well, first let's talk about what is a calorie. A calorie, it's a unit of measurement. And it's specifically the amount of energy it takes to heat 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius under 1 atmospheric weight.
I don't even know what that means.
And
it sounds cool, though.
And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know what it means either. And I'm going to tell you this, I think about it in terms of minutes on a clock. What is a minute? We know what a minute is. It's a unit of measurement. But what is it really? It's the amount of time it takes us to go around the world a certain amount of times. But it's a unit of measurement. That's what calories are. It's a unit
of measurement that is either going to help you lose weight or gain weight.
Simple. So, deficit. This is going to be our side.
I'm going to call it a unit of measurement.
I love it. And this here is how we're going to lose weight. Surplus here, we're going to gain weight. So how do we go about this? Well, very simple. First is understanding how much our body expends. How much energy are we expending? It is very important for everyone to understand. Most of the industry is giving us canned programs, canned diets for the mass population to make it simple, but we're all different. Everybody's different. So it's understanding how many calories are you burning in a day. So first step that you want to do, very simple, is go to Google and type in BMR calculator. This is going to tell you what your basal metabolic rate is. B basal, M metabolic rate. Your basal metabolic rate tells you how many calories that your body burns at resting rate. So if I were just to sleep all day and not move, my body is still burning energy. It's burning calories because my heart's beating, my lungs are working, my body has to generate heat. So in order for our body to have this, we need food that you get with calories. Calories are inside that unit of measurement for your energy is what we need to sustain us to maintain our body. This BMR calculator very simply will tell you, you're going to put in your height, your weight, your gender, and it's going to tell you
your name,
but it's going to tell you about how many calories that you're burning a day. And then you'll be able to find on there how many calories that you're burning through your exercise. Now I'm going to tell you what I do. This is not for everybody, but I have a watch. There's Fitbits, there's watches, there's tons of little mechanisms.
Extra credit.
This makes it very easy for me as well because I keep track of this throughout the day to see how many calories I'm burning, which makes it easy for me to see how much calories that I'm putting inside of my body. In order to lose weight, you want to operate at a deficit. You want to eat less calories than what your body is burning.
It's kind of like budgeting.
Oh my goodness. I'm so glad that you brought this up. It's 100% like budgeting. If you're trying to gain wealth in your life, and let's say here that we're trying to gain wealth in life, well, your first step that you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to figure out how much are you spending and how much are you earning. Step one, very simple. Now we're gonna apply that to how do you lose weight? Well, we need to figure out how many calories are you eating versus how many calories are you burning? And if you're trying to lose weight, you want that number to be less. Well, very briefly, we're gonna give you a formula. If you want to figure out how many calories that you should be operating on a deficit to lose weight per week, about 3,500 calories a week at a deficit. So if you're going to go, we'll write it right here. 3,500 calories per week at a
Negative.
deficit, negative,
Accounting
is gonna
lines.
lose you about 1 pound a week. This is aggressive. If you really want to get after it and go after this aspect of your nutrition, this is about the most aggressive that you're gonna hit. Well, let's do some basic math. You just did it right there. 3,500 divided by 7 days a week is about 500 calories a day that you want to operate at a deficit. So if you're burning 2,500 calories a day, well, simple. You should be eating about 2,000 calories a day. And that will aggressively allow you to lose about a pound a week a day. So you can cut this in half and hit 250 calories of a deficit a day to drop you down to
half a pound.
half a pound a week. So, and this is what's very important to note. We don't want to attack something so aggressively that it's dangerous for our body. If you're operating below that 500 a day and you're doing this over a long period of time, this is something that you're not going to be able to sustain. It's going to kind of suck the life out of your, the enjoyment out of life.
So do you find that in fitness apps like MyFitnessPal, which we both use,
Yeah.
that their calorie tracking and their goals work? Or is this a better way to do it? Like, you can go in the app and you can say, I want to lose 2 pounds a week or 1 pound a week or half a pound or maintain. Or is it more of a platform to use to track and then figure out your numbers outside of it?
I believe in ultimately getting to the point where you have this understanding for yourself. But to get there, sometimes you need the assistance from the app. So I think the app, if you're using MyFitnessPal, there's Chronometer, there's a bunch of different apps that you can use that are free. They're free, mind you, that'll help you with this. But I believe in the end, you should be able to do all of this on your own. But it does take time, and it takes consistency. It takes you doing it daily for a long period of time. Now, one thing, getting back to it, that we don't want to do is do something that's not sustainable. We want something that you can do for the rest of your life. And the problem that we see in America is most people use these crash diets. And they lose a lot of weight very quickly, and then there's an end.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've done it before where you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna eliminate this, and this. And yeah, you lose the weight, but you're not eliminating it forever, so you're gonna start eating it again at some point.
Yes.
So what's really worked for me, and this is what Robbie teaches too, is like, step one is really, you wanna track everything.
Yes.
You just wanna figure out what's going on. And then you start putting in goals around it.
Yes, 100%. What we don't ever want to happen is that you have an end goal in mind that it's over. Most of the people that I have that come in contact with me that want help, they come and they say, I have a wedding in 3 months and I need to lose 10 pounds in 3 months.
That's 35,000 calories.
Yes. Yeah, Jonny, I love what you're doing here. Applying the math to the basics, I love it. I generally don't like that as a goal. I like our goal to be, I would like to get healthier so I can go enjoy this wedding in 3 months better. So I can go and have a better time there. And I'll probably lose some weight in the process. But what happens if you have 3 months? Well, what happens at the end of that 3 months? It's over. You've met your goal. Well, then what happens? This 3,500 a day that you've been cutting out, or the 3,500 a week that you've been cutting out that gets you to 500 a day, well, we're back.
We're going here.
And we're going back over here. And over 90% of people that lose weight gain it back because they're using these crash diets. They're trying to attack it so aggressively. So it's very important that we do something that's manageable, and we want to think about it, that this is something I want to do for the rest of my life. We get this tackled, well, now we're able to maintain our body weight. We can shift. We can, I need to gain a little bit of weight because I'm trying to put some muscle on. Well, I can come over here into the surplus. I need to lose a little weight because it's, we're getting into the summertime and I want to put my bathing suit on. We can come back over to this side. It's a healthy balance. as opposed to this crash diet. So what we want to do is, instead of using a broad stroke that's for everybody, we want you to gain the knowledge and the information so you can take all of these details and apply them to your journey in fitness and your journey in nutrition, how it benefits you individually. What do you think about that, Jonny?
I think it was great.
I love it. And this is something, and we know this, me and Jonny have worked together for a while. This is the cornerstone.
It's really simple.
It's very simple.
Honestly,
And once Jonny tackled this, what happened?
Oh, I lost 25 pounds.
Yeah, 100%.
In 3 months.
Yeah.
I would have been ready for that wedding, and I would have been too skinny.
And I'm going to tell you what. I don't want to embarrass you, but if Jonny were to take his shirt off right now, he's absolutely jacked. This dude is shredded up now. And this was the number one thing that he did, was he changed this. He just changed this aspect of his tracking and his nutrition. So it's very simple. These are very simple things.
What if people need help with this, though?
Oh my goodness.
What could they do?
Oh my goodness. I'm going to tell you the best thing that you can do, be true to yourself. And you've got to track and pay attention to what you're eating. Hold yourself accountable, and then I'd find someone in your life that you can have as an accountability partner. Jonny and I are accountability partners. That's how every day, we're sharing our information. We share our surplus or our deficit every day. We share our macros.
Even the bad days.
Always on the bad days.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I add a little note, like with college friends for the weekend.
But it keeps us accountable, not only to ourselves, but having a buddy, a partner, allows you to do that. So find someone in your life that's on the same path as you, or a similar journey. It'll benefit you to no end. And I'll tell you this right now: you need help with it, I have a free gift for you. I offer free accountability and free nutrition coaching for 1 month. How do you find that out? Video description below. My email address, rob@mobilemusclemax.com. Email me, we'll set up a time, we'll get this thing going for you.
And then you can build an online course. We have a link right below to teach you how to build an online course in 90 days or less. We like giving gifts away here at eLearning Partners. Thank you for the likes and subscribes.